Title belts to Hall of Fame. Doug and Tommy carved the name. Fists of fury and hearts of gold. Every story, every fight retold. Tales of glory, laughter, cry. Tennessee warriors with hearts open wide. In the ring or on the air, legends living without a care. On the mic they roar, on the mat they soar. Dangerous conversations, fans wanting more. Guys, kings ruling the waves. Memphis wrestling raising the stage.
Hey everybody, welcome back once again to Dangerous Conversations with Dangerous Doug Gilbert and Tommy Wildfire Rich. Guys, we got away from us last week. I was out of state and a lot of stuff was going on. We didn't have a show, but we're back here in full swing this week. How are y'all doing?
Man, I'm doing great, Gene. Had a good week, and man, everybody's healthy, so that's a good thing. It looks like Tommy's healthy. He's all dark and got that hair looking good and everything, so I'm sure he's doing good.
Yeah, Tommy's got that tan going. If he dyes that hair black, he can do like a Native American gimmick or something. He could have a whole nother run here.
Oh, if I dyed it black, I'd be doing Elvis.
There you go.
Oh yeah. If I come back with some black hair, you better believe I'll have a guitar. Wayne Ferris, look out.
I was like, Wayne Ferris will be hitting you with that cease and desist within a couple of days.
Yeah. he'll be hot at you like he was me for being king of rock and roll.
Yeah.
Oh man. So just want to mention, we haven't brought it up in a while. Just want to say, hey folks, if you haven't, check out Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, the uncrowned king of professional wrestling, available on Amazon. You can search Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert book and it'll pull it right up. You can get it in book form, or you also can get it to look at on your Kindle digitally. So just want to mention that. I know we hadn't brought it up in a while, but Doug has those with him at shows and conventions, and I'm going to have them with me this weekend at one. And so hope everybody who hasn't checked it out yet does.
Gene, you could have invited me to that convention with you.
Well, I just found out about it here just a few days ago, so kind of got sprung on me like, hey, we got a table at this Tupelo Con. I was like, all right, well, I'll come.
I got you. No, I've got a bunch of heat on you. That's the true fact. But anyway, hey, listen, but you can handle heat sometimes. Or me and Tommy can, maybe you can.
Yeah.
But anyway, hey, listen, everybody looks like Tommy's feeling good, and I'm feeling good, and I hope you are, Gene. But everybody knows this coming week, not this weekend, but May 8th and 9th, me and Tommy will be for SICW Fan Fest 4, Radisson Hotel, Fairview Heights, Illinois. Get your tickets now at sicw.org. And man, we'll be right there, and it's going to be a big time, ain't it, Tommy?
Yes, sir. Hey, somebody say pretty excited about it. It's a Bruiser Brody Battle Royal Memorial for Brody, man. He, it's awful what happened, and it's just a great thing to be a part of what, them recognizing him, and it's going to be the first annual Battle Royal, and his wife Barbara Goodis, she's going to be there, and I knew a lot of people just knew Bruiser Brody, but he was a good family man too. He stayed with me a few times when Jerry Blackwell was running Georgia, and he'd sit and he'd talk about building the tree house with his kids, and he looked like a wild man. He was a wild man, but
he was great.
Right from it, when he was right from it, he's a family man, and just glad, it's I'm glad for Barbara that she's going to be there and they're honoring him, and family and everything, and just a big shout out to them. And like Doug said, May 8th and 9th, big meet and greet. Me and Doug are going to be putting the boots on one more time. You never know what might be the last time.
The Memphis Mafia.
It's just a lot of things going on, and it's Herb Simmons, man, and all the SICW. It's going to be a great show. I'm excited about being there.
Yeah, I am too. Herb and his son, they work really hard for this and everything. But like I said, the Memphis Mafia will be there, and we look forward to seeing everybody, and everybody come on out and see us. And also on May the 6th, or June 6th, rather, I'll be in Shawneetown, Illinois, and on August 18th, I will be in Ashland City, Tennessee, me and Road Dogg, and I think Tommy's going to laugh. Jamie Dundee's going to be there with us. And then August 29th, me and Tommy will be in Marion, Arkansas, and I've heard it could be changed, the venue, to the casino, Tommy. That's in West Memphis, right?
Yeah.
And everything. I've heard it could be changed to there, but they've got two buildings that they're trying to choose from as far as what they're going to do. But anyway, me and Tommy will be there on August 29th for the Sid Vicious Memorial first annual show with his son Gunnar Udy and everything. And man, that's going to be a real cool thing. And then September 30th, I'll be in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee, and that's going to be really cool. And then October 31st, I'll be at the Kayfabe Cave in Pulaski, Tennessee. And Tommy, you got some stuff that I don't have wrote down yet. Yeah,
let's see, May 8th and 9th, we're together. Then I'm in the 15th next week. I'm up there for Darren, I think it's the 80s.
The 80s con. 80s con, right, Tommy?
Yeah, the 80s, yeah.
That's New Jersey, right?
Yeah. I don't know. They just pick me up at the airport and take me. I couldn't tell you where in the world I'm at when I go up there.
You gotta be careful of that in Jersey, man. You can't just have people picking you up and taking you places in New Jersey.
Oh well.
Cement shoes on you.
Well,
yeah. We got
one time.
We got to make sure we know where he is, don't we, Gene? So we
exactly.
Get him.
Yeah, that's a bit scary to hear there, but yeah, man, that's great stuff.
When I was the Don up there, I got a few threads.
That's right.
That's right. He sure was. So he'll be in good shape. But anyway, like Gene said, we hadn't said anything about the book too much. But anyway, yeah, man, you can get the book, and I'm still so proud of it and everything, and that's a great deal. And I love talking about my brother and everything, and man, it's just great.
Absolutely. And folks, as you can tell, the summer's starting to fill up. So if you want to get these guys books, reach out either, through their Facebooks, or you can just send an email to DougGilbertPodcast@outlook.com, and I will get the information to these guys, and we'll get something set up for you. So don't wait, because these guys stay super busy. I remember last summer was really, really busy. So we want to get that booked and locked in as soon as we can. So make sure you reach out and get that done. So
hey, we miss Eddie every day, man. If you hadn't read the book, you need to check it out, man, because it's special.
Yeah, and if you want to get it and me sign it, and you aren't coming to one of our appearances, you can send a email to realdougGilbert@gmail.com, and I will get you one out from that and everything. But that's, like I said, I think Gene's proud of it, and I'm sure proud of it and everything. But man, it's really cool. Like Tommy said, we miss my brother every day, we miss my dad every day, we miss my mom every day and everything. But anyway, man, it's just, like I said, it's a cool deal.
Man, yeah, I'm so proud of that. Like, it's something I wanted to do for years and years, and for us to finally get together and get it out there is really, really cool. So we got some questions that fans have sent in for you guys. So this is going to be a Q&A show. I know you enjoy them, and I know the listeners enjoy them, and I certainly do, because I'm always interested to hear, after reading the questions, I'm always interested to hear what you guys are going to have to say. So our first question was from Facebook. It was from Dylan Apple. He said, I'd like to know about Doug and Tommy's time as bookers. What was their style of booking, the psychology behind it, and what advice would you give individuals who have the responsibility of booking for promotions today?
Well, let me clarify that first off. Dougie was a booker. I was a booger.
No. Tommy was a booker because he booked me against Bruiser Brody.
That's before I got to know Doug real good. I knew him since his little kid. No.
But Tommy, what about when you was booking for Blackwood?
Oh yeah, I mean I did, but my favorite job I had was when I was assistant booker for Randy Hales. He hired me to fire people.
Tommy was his muscle.
Yeah,
Big Don taking them out.
Yeah. I just had my boys come in. Yeah, no, I guess I was his boy. I reckon. I don't know, but it was cool. I mean, it's not nothing near, but Eddie had the brain for it, and Dougie, I mean, he did real good over in Japan. And, he ran the show over there. I mean, so, it's, I'm not as experienced. I might be older, but I ain't as experienced. Maybe some other things I am, but not that.
I would say, Gene, I learned the world from my brother. I learned a lot from my brother and everything. My brother was one of the greatest bookers I think there was and everything. And, but to me, it was to look at the guys and watch them work and book guys that had chemistry together, that could work together. And, I mean, right here's the thing. If you have fun and you get along, you work better together. I mean, I ain't saying that's the whole key to it, but Tommy, don't you think when guys like one another and everything and had fun and everything, it just made things so much better, don't you think, Tommy?
Oh yeah, I mean it's a lot. It makes it a whole lot easier, but sometimes it's just the chemistry too. I mean, sometimes you might not get along with a guy.
That's
when I first started. Me and Lawler didn't see eye to eye. You know that deal. I mean, but you made money with him, so but ordinarily, our thing with Jamie and Wolfie, like us getting along, and it took a lot to like them, but we liked them in the business, I'm not saying we wasn't out there too, but they just kind of different, but we knew we could draw money with them, and we did, and they become really close and good friends. But getting in there, as long as you ain't got to worry about the other fella, it makes it a lot simpler and it makes it easier to have fun. And when you're having fun, the people's having fun.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. And Gene, there's a lot more that goes into that too and everything. Because, like Tommy said, a lot of guys don't like one another. But if you could look at them and see their styles drawing money, you booked them against one another. And that's what I would tell the guys to watch everybody work and see what you think chemistry could be and try that and everything. And it's all it's characters when Tommy started, and now it's actors. And when I started, it was characters. You had your Tommy Rich, you had your Bruiser Brody, you had your Eddie Gilbert, you had your Tommy Gilbert, you had your Jerry Jarrett, you had your Jerry Lawler. You know what I'm saying? You had to look at, but it's these days it's a little bit different. But like on the independent, scenes and everything, I'd just say look at the guys, watch them work, and see what you thought would gel and everything, and that's what you got to go with.
And another thing too, it ain't just booking it. That's easy. Well, everybody say I could do that. Well, first off, that booker is I'm glad I can say I did it, but it wasn't my most favorite thing. I mean, because you take the booker, I mean, it don't matter how much he makes because he's working 24/7 because he's thinking about what's next. They don't know the thought that goes into it, and then he's babysitting. You know, say for some of his top guys or the wild guys or something. You know, so he's worried about them getting in trouble, or he's having to go get them out of trouble, or whatever the situation is. I mean, that's a 24/7 job. I mean, and then they wrestle too. You figure you wrestle, you babysit, and you have to come up with ideas. And then anything else that happens in between it, you know. So that's a hard job being a booker. I mean, like Dougie said, and Dougie too. I mean, they were good at it. I mean, because it's you know, it's hard for me to keep my train of thought that long. But it's a full-time job.
And like Gene said, or like Tommy said, Gene, it was it was crazy. I was in Japan and I had to go to they called the jail in Japan the monkey house, and I had to go to the monkey house and get a guy out of jail. And can you imagine you being overseas and you having to go get one of the guys that you booked out of jail?
Yeah.
And the office, you know, and the office relies on you to make sure they don't get in trouble. But then when one gets in trouble, you know, and too, over there, the big stars that you bring and book and pay huge amounts of money, and you got to have finishes. I mean, you don't do DQs, and I mean, you have one every once in a while, but you got to put the top guys that draw together, and, you know, you got to finagle the finishes and try to keep everybody happy and everything. But it's a job. I mean, it's a job, but I loved it. I had a great time in Japan doing it.
What makes it, and what the payoff is, like I said, it ain't necessarily money. And Doug mentioned it a while ago. It's when you look at that finished product, the house is sold out, your idea, they did it right, and it just everything clicks together. That's the payoff right there. That's what makes you proud. You know.
Yeah. And what's really cool, Gene, here in the States, probably been about a dozen different independent promotions that I've booked for, and man, it's just cool watching what you set up. And I mean, as you're going week by week and everything, like Tommy said, and people's calling you all the time and everything. Like I saw him call my brother all the time, and they didn't want. And this was the top guys not wanting to work with the guy he wanted. He said, "Listen, just work with him. You're going to draw money. You're going to draw some money." And 99% of the time, what he told him worked.
I think there's one thing people don't necessarily think about or understand is like a lot of people are like, well, I could book some good matches. And it's one thing to book like, okay, this match, this guy against this guy tonight will be great. But to be a booker, you got to have the vision of, okay, well, where's this going to lead 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now, 6 weeks from now? And I think that's something your brother really excelled at, was not just seeing the here and now, but seeing where it could go.
He would go 3 months, Gene. He would have stuff rolled out 3 months. Now, you know, like we've said on here before, in 2 weeks somebody might get mad and leave, but then you just turn the page and start over with something else and everything.
But that's why you wanted everybody to get along too, because if everybody got along, then you program, and especially back then. I mean, like when you're talking about if you didn't have it laid out. I mean, we was every week in the town. You figure, you know, that's 4 shows in the same town in a month. You know, you're doing 4 shows, and you got to make it better every week. And then the next month, you got to try to make it better than that. You know. Right.
Absolutely.
Damn, Gene. Damn, Gene. Hey, Gene. Tommy's shining that damn Rolex at us, saying.
He is. It's getting in my eyes.
It's my new skid diving watch. I've been doing a little surfing this week.
There you go.
I had to put the Rolex up and get the diving watch out. Every time I get on that board, I go to the bottom.
You got to get somebody to get us some video of you surfing. That right there is a YouTube hit.
You better be glad I ain't no booker. I'd fire you, Gene. Yeah, Randy Hill's the head you out of. I said, Randy, please let me fire him.
Gene, what would he say if Tommy said that?
Well, you're the booker, Tommy. If you want to fire him, just fire his fat ass. I don't care. I didn't like him to start with. He's friends with that Brian Travel guy. So next up, we got this was on Facebook as well, on the Dangerous Conversations Facebook page. If you hadn't followed it, there's 10,000 people who have. You should join them. We share a lot of all these dates that you hear at the beginning of the show. Those are always posted up there. We got everything that's coming up. But the real thing I like, I like seeing the posters of the upcoming shows you guys are fixing to do. But man, what I love is all the old posters everybody sends from the matches that involve you guys and your dad, and your brother, and everybody.
Hey, Gene, what about the poster from Cleveland, Ohio, with me against Tommy, and was it Texas Death Match or something?
Yeah. I mean, there's been a bunch of matches I never knew happened. That when I see these posters, I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize that happened.
And Tommy, right under, we was in the main event in Texas Death Match against one another. Right under us, I think, was Ricky Morton against Bobby Eaton, wasn't it, Gene?
Yeah. There's a couple matches you want to see.
That was cool.
Was that you said Cleveland, right?
Cleveland, yeah, that was for JT.
JT, okay, yeah. Hey,
Yeah,
did you see that poster I made up of me and Dougie for the Fan Fest on May 8th and 9th? Did you see
that? It looks like a newspaper. It looks like a newspaper clipping. That's cool.
Yeah,
I told you, Gene, he's going to wind up being a freaking AI scientist.
Yeah, he's going to be the guy that does all the marketing and advertising for all these shows.
Y'all see my new one? I got a picture of you somebody sent me, and I'm fixing to make it naked.
Oh God! If you want to kill the town, put that one out. I like the one you put out of.
I'm getting good.
Was that Harley that was holding you up over his head, but by your legs?
No, that was Andre.
Andre, okay.
Yeah,
I couldn't remember. I just remember seeing. I was like, "Well, that's it."
I got a real picture of where the night I won that belt. That he came down to the ring, stepped over the rope, and picked me up in his arm. That's what gave me the idea. And then I just talked to my friend, and he fixed it for me.
That's cool. I mean, like winning the world title isn't cool enough, and then Andre the Giant comes down to hold you up to celebrate. I mean,
yeah, it's pretty good.
As good as it gets right there.
I was with JBL and Jerry Briscoe today, and we were talking about that. He sent me a text and congratulated me, on the 45 years. And I texted back and said thank you. And then he asked me would I be on the show, and I said yeah. And him and JB, but we had real good. It went real good.
Tommy, Mr. Barnett was a great man, wasn't he?
Yes, sir. We talked a little bit about him we got talking about the cookie. You know what the cookie is, right? King Curtis and them.
I do.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, we got talking about that because Jerry was over there too, and he said something about it.
Them raindrops.
He said something about it being some hashish or something. I said, he kept talking. I said, well, now wait a minute. Now, what I heard, it was more a little psychedelic than that. He started laughing.
It was them big raindrops, wasn't it, Tommy?
Yeah, yes, sir. It was. Yeah.
Now you didn't go knocking Tom Ernesto's booking while you were on there, did you, Tommy?
I did.
Talked about
like Doug did.
But I talked about another one of your buddies today, Michael Hayes.
Hey, there you go. He still got a job. He survived another round of firings.
Gene, you didn't listen, Gene. He talked about Michael Hayes, but not good.
Yeah.
Not. I imagine that story came up again though about the car and the parking lot and all that.
No, I don't think so. Tommy just told him what he really thought about Michael Hayes.
Yeah, it was this. Yeah, this was.
That'll have to be cut out probably.
I just said that we got talking about him. I said, yeah, he's. I said, I said, if it hadn't been for Buddy Roberts and Big Terry Gordy, I said, Michael Hayes wouldn't have got in this business. I said, and then he went up there and just left them hanging, you know. If it hadn't been for them, you know, I mean, but that's who Michael Hayes is anyway. I mean,
He's fair.
He got that derby hat on. I did a crunch at him like this. At least I still got my hair and I got this too. You know, he kind of heavy too.
Yeah. You know, I can't stand that, but all right.
Hey, other than that, he's a great guy.
Well, I've got him lined up to be a guest here in the next couple of weeks, so let's hope you get that. We haven't had a guest in a while. We need to.
He knows I'm on here.
We need to get us a guest sometime. We haven't had one in quite some time, but
we're gonna get Reggie.
There we go. Reggie's still mad we didn't have him on the last time, so yeah, we need to get that.
I had a couple of guys that I was gonna get to do it, a couple of boys, and hell, when they found out you was the DJ, they said, I'm booked somewhere else.
Well, that's probably true. And Doug said earlier about we can handle heat. I don't know if you can. I was like, shit, more people probably hate me than hate y'all these days.
Gene, how did your weekend go this weekend? Did you have to walk like you did in Atlanta?
Oh my God, dude! In Washington, like, so the airport in Birmingham wasn't bad. And get to Washington, I managed the airport there. That wasn't bad. But then we couldn't get a room in Washington, so we had to stay like in Maryland across the state line. So we had to take the train into town every day. And then we had to walk everywhere. And when I say walk, I basically chased 3 dudes around Washington for like 3 days straight. Like I was so broke down and beat up. My ankles and legs hurt so bad. And on the last day, I go to the airport. I get dropped off early because they had somewhere to be that afternoon. I only had to be there for the morning meeting. So I get to the airport at 11. My flight's at 2. The time on my flight gets changed. But they didn't tell me they changed the gate too, so I missed my flight and had to wait until 8 p.m. to take the next flight to Birmingham. So I was in the Washington airport from 11 o'clock in the morning until 8 o'clock that night. Got home at 11 o'clock that night in Alabama.
Hey, I'm going through there. I bet they got your picture hanging up.
But you know what? If you ask me, Gene, you can sit in the Washington airport for all those hours, or you can walk through Atlanta like you did, go into Philadelphia. I'll sit in Washington for 2 days straight before I'd ever do that again.
And hey, Gene, I want to say hello to my buddies at Jackson Tie and Timber, Bubba and Brian. And man, they're great guys. And if anybody around West Tennessee's got any timber, man, give those guys a shout. You can look them up. It's Jackson Tie and Timber in Jackson, Tennessee. And you can talk with myself also. I help them out and everything, but man, they're great guys. And but I just want to say hello to them.
Awesome. All right, so let's get to question number 2.
I haven't met them yet, but I'm looking forward to it.
Well, you're gonna get to meet them in if it ain't before August, in August.
Yeah, we need to sometime between now and then. We'll have to get Gunner on here to promote the memorial show for his dad and everything.
We can do it anytime.
That'll be great. I'm definitely going to try to make that one. I wish I could go to St. Louis, but I got an EPW show that weekend. But I definitely want to make that one.
I'm going. That's I was going to fly into Nashville and ride up with Mr. Foster, but anyway, thanks to Dougie being a smart man, I'm flying. But I got to go through DC too. I wasn't looking forward to that at all. But at least I don't have to go out. I just got to check the place.
There you go. It's still a better airport than Atlanta, but most of them are apparently. All right. So question number 2 here. Emmanuel, I'm probably slaughtering his name. Pilot, Pailet. Is that how you pronounce that, Tommy? Pilot? Okay.
Yeah. Tommy's mine, your English professor.
That's right. He is the the grammar expert of the show.
Yeah, I think about some cornbread. I don't know what pill it is, but
so Emmanuel says, I've been fortunate to meet Mr. Spike Huber, and he's getting inducted into the St. Louis Wrestling Hall of Fame coming up. And I was wondering if you could discuss how much of an athlete pro wrestlers are and the different levels of professional athletes.
Well, I'll say this, and Tommy knows Spike a world better than I do, but I've been around Spike a dozen times or so, but I'm sure Tommy's been around him a whole lot more than I have. Well, I know Tommy has. But anyway, every great wrestler has to be athletic, Gene. I mean, every great wrestler does. And cardio is really important. I mean, if you want to go, and like Tommy was saying before on some of these shows, like him and Buzz Sawyer and everything, if you watch their matches, if you watched his matches against a lot of the greats, and like him working with Harley and beating Harley, and they went, what'd y'all go, Tommy? Y'all go 40 minutes or something. I mean, me and Tommy would go, 50 minutes, but you got to have cardio to be and I mean, you got to be athletic, right, Tommy?
Oh yeah, especially go, to go the distance. I mean, but you look at Jerry Blackwell. I mean, he come up a little past my waist, and he was as wide as he was tall, and doggone could throw a prettier drop kick than damn near anybody I ever seen.
And
so you have to, even the big guys, look at him. Look at Plowboy Frazier, man. Drop that big leg of his down and be up just like that. He was up. I mean, you got to be an athlete. And, a lot of people look at Plowboy Frazier and say, well, he ain't in shape, but he was. Let me tell you, to see a big man like that get up off that ground as quick as he could, I mean, they're special.
And Tommy, did you ever work against Spike? I know you was around him a lot, or some, right?
Now, I might be getting confused. You know who Steve Regal is, right?
Yeah.
Didn't he marry Spike Huber's daughter? He married somebody's daughter.
No, I think you're talking about.
Oh,
you talking about Leroy McGirt and all that stuff, ain't you?
No.
Didn't Spike Huber marry
Spike,
the Bruiser's daughter?
Yeah, the Bruiser's daughter. That's who married.
Somehow that Steve Regal, he come to Georgia. I don't know. I thought somehow he was related to him anyway.
He might have married her after Spike did. I don't know.
Or might have married their daughter or something. I don't know, but that's where when y'all said Spike Huber, that's what I thought of. I wasn't never around him a whole lot either, I don't think.
Was you not? I thought you probably was in Atlanta. I think he was in Atlanta there for a little bit, and in the AWA, I think he was there. What did you?
Yeah, I think they just happened to cross in and out at around the same times. I don't know.
And Tommy, he was here with us in Memphis for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I remember him, but that's who I'm talking about when I say Steve Regal.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not talking about the British Steve Regal. You're talking about the blonde hair with Steve Regal, Mr. Electricity.
The brown beard, the blonde hair.
Yeah. Blonde hair, yeah, kind of he's smaller fella, junior heavyweight style.
Right.
But anyway, because that's what I was thinking when you said Spike Huber. I mean, I remember being there and I think like Gene said, maybe with a little time together, but not much.
Yeah. Well, you guys will see him in St. Louis here, not this weekend, but the next. So maybe y'all can get acquainted there. But yeah, like you said, I mean, you look at even a guy like Dusty. People look, oh, Dusty's fat. Well, man, he would work Harley race and Flair and different people in those, 45-minute, hour-long matches. So.
Oh yeah, I've seen him go an hour. Yeah.
So, yeah. Got to have that cardio, even if you are, like you said, just like Blackwell. You wouldn't think he could go there and go like he could, but next thing you know, he's drop kicking you in the mouth. So,
yeah.
All right. So Tojo Max asks, Tommy, you got over huge at a young age in a business that was full of veterans who didn't always make it easy on young guys. Who were the people who helped you early on, and who tested you the hardest?
I didn't really have no problem with nobody. I mean, I started, in Tennessee, and of course, Jerry, and Tojo, And I grew up around business. So when I started in Tennessee, I mean, I got more help than I did the other. I mean, whether they seen something in me and thought I was going to do something, and be good. They took most of them. I mean, I can't really remember anybody that didn't. I mean, some wouldn't say nothing to you, but you'd have a good match with them. But the ones that missed something, I mean, especially when you're in the angle and they tell you something, I mean, and I was, of course, I was yes or no, sir, anyway, because I was a youngster in a man's game anyway. So, I always was very respectful. And so I think they took that into heart a little bit. And like I said, too, though, I mean, they just seen the potential I had, I reckon,
Yeah. Yeah. Attitude has a lot to do with that, I would assume. Guys, it's hard for guys not to be respectful of you when you're being respectful of them.
My mama told me that at a young age. If you want respect, you got to give respect. And,
right.
I'm yes or no, ma'am. I mean, I figured that's all I could teach my kids, and they've taught their kids that. And, but yeah, that's the bottom line. To get respect, you got to give respect.
And all Tommy's kids have always been no sir and yes sir and everything. So he sure taught them that.
That's how I was raised, and I mean, in recent years, I've been cussed out by people for calling them sir and ma'am.
I was fixing to say my dad and mom taught me the same thing and everything, but now there's a few times I didn't say it, and my dad got me.
Reminded you.
Yeah, and you didn't do it but one time. That's right. They might give you one slide, but you get that look, and
that was.
So this is an interesting question. This is one I'm looking forward to hearing the answer to for sure. Teddy Howard asks, you always hear the phrase connecting with the audience. What's the secret to connecting to the audience, and who were some of the best at it that y'all worked with over the years?
Tommy, you meant to go first? I'll go first. To me, connecting with the audience, which, I mean, I thought my brother was great at it. I thought my dad was from selling. My dad always, I say always not. When he first started as a Babyface, him and Eddie Marlin, my dad, through his whole career, when he's a Babyface, he sold so good and everything, and he could just work so good. But I think he connected with him. I think my brother did. My brother connected with him as a heel. And was a Babyface also with him and Tommy as New Fabs, and when him and Ricky Morton was a tag team for Leroy McGurk out there and everything. But I mean, I thought my brother and my dad was great. Bruiser Brody, he always, the people, I mean, as far as connecting, he connected with them because he scared them to death. Tommy connected with them. I mean, they bought everything Tommy did as far as his selling and everything. Bill Dundee, they bought his stuff. Terry Funk, they bought him. Yeah. Jerry Lawler, they bought his stuff. I mean, Gene, I could go on and on, but I think that's 7 right there that I give you that I think. I don't know if y'all two would agree with me on all those, but
for sure.
But man, I just think all those 7 are great. And like I said, I could name another 20, but I'll let Tommy go.
Well, and it's I mean, to me, it's like Bruce Brody's wife said. She said he was Frank Goodish at home, but when he got to the airport and walked through them doors, he was Bruiser Brody. And I think, as Dougie mentioned a while ago, and is that the guys were characters and they lived that character. I mean, like Roughhouse Fargo, people really believe, because I mean, he was a referee up in Charlotte, but that Jackie bring him up for 3 months down, and he got his nut papers out from the crazy house, and he'd be sitting in the lady's lap eating her popcorn, or I mean, the character. Most of the guys, the character they lived there. I mean, they did it. Like me, I mean, I like when I went to Atlanta. I was like a little boy. I mean, all them big. I mean, they was all big guys, and here's my little blonde-headed cornbread self, and 220 pounds at the most. you know, but I sold, and they seen that, you know, and the people believed it. So like I told Jerry and JB today, it's like first match I had in Atlanta, Abdullah beat me in 30 seconds, busted my head open. And I got back. Jerry told me, he said, get up there and don't think it's going to work out. He said, just call me and I'll talk to Jim for you. After that match was over, I come back. I was sitting over, you know, which I didn't know nobody there really. I mean, everybody was nice, said hi. But I was sitting over there with my locker. And I know my chin was down in my lap. And I'm playing. I know I was probably thinking too, I might ought to go ahead and call Jerry right now. And Tony Atlas come over to me. He said, what's the matter with you? He said, I said, I don't know if it's going to work out or not. He said, are you kidding? He said, you just got over like $1 million. And I'm thinking, did you see? And they come down and say it because the heat got so bad, the people wouldn't let Abdullah out of the ring.
Right.
You know, because they believed in Abdullah and they believed what he was doing to me. And they got around that ring. And Oldie sent Willie was Black Atlas, sent him down to the ring and to save me. And Abby accidentally hooked his mask. The mask come off, and that's when they started calling him Tony Atlas. But I'm sitting there thinking, did you just see the match I see? And then Tony told me, he said, brother, he said, you got over like $1 million. He said, them people believed what you was doing. They believed you was back. You know, so that's the thing. I mean, and everybody I worked with, Tim Blackjack Lane, Bobby Heenan, that go King Kong Monster, you know, I mean, anybody come through Atlanta, and at least 9 of them I wrestled with or either teamed up with, you know, so, and, you know, it just, it's hard. I don't think nobody's characters no more. I mean, it's everybody kind of does the same kind of gimmick or, you know, or just it look the same or whatever it might be. And then plus I mean, you know, you got a script. So it's, you know, I just think everything's about the, you know, it looks the same whereas back in our day. Plus we wrestled in the same town every week. You know, so they had to believe what you were selling. So and when you see Bruce Bernard or Killer Carl Collins, he was another good one. I mean, he'd bring a sink out on the interview. You know, he would do crazy stuff.
I mean, like I said, there's another 100 people I could name, Gene. I mean, like Dick Murdoch, Killer Tim Brooks, Tommy. There's so many people, right, that you could put on that list. I mean.
Oh yeah, and back then, I mean, if you was working underneath, most of the guys underneath could have been in the main event. I mean, right. And it swapped up sometimes too. I mean, there wasn't no jealousy. Like I think in today's world, I mean, we ride 5 in the car if we want to. It's our brothers, and in today's world, I think they all go their different ways. I mean, there might be a couple, but
Gene, like, and I didn't say like the Briscoes. I mean, Jack and Jerry. I mean, you know, the people bought everything they did, and like we was talking earlier about the car deal and stuff. Man, those guys could go. I mean, nobody want to mess with them. I mean, you know, everybody talks, which I know there's different generations and everything, but you know, everybody talks about nobody wanted to mess with the Steiners. Well, what if the Briscoes would have been in the same area as the Steiners? I mean, you know, I mean, the Briscoes was bad dudes too, which the Steiners were too. I love Rick and Scott and everything, but I mean, the Briscoes was bad cats. The Funks was bad cats. I mean,
all of them was bad boys.
Yeah.
But you know, circling back to booking and psychology, like we was talking about earlier, like I don't think people understand these days as far as like, you know, getting over that sometimes you can get over more losing and getting the hell beat out of you than you could. Like if Tommy had just came into Atlanta, this young kid, and just beat Abdullah, I don't think he would be over after that. I mean, people would be like, that don't make sense. But the fact that he got beat down and then he keeps coming back and he doesn't give up, and he like, isn't that important part that's kind of missed today? Like people don't understand you can get over without winning.
Well, that's that sympathy. That's that sympathy part, Gene. That's what I've always said. Like Tommy had, and there's not a lot of people. I mean, people that knew it and knew how to work and everything. But Tommy was one of the best as far as getting the people to, getting that sympathy and everything. I mean, he got over freaking world champion, NWA world champion, doing it. So, I mean, don't tell me it don't work.
Yeah, I mean, I can to this day, like when somehow wrestling will come up, somebody finds out I, like wrestling or involved in it in any way. So many people will be like, "Man, my favorite wrestler as a kid is Tommy Wildfire Rich. I watched him every week." If they're depending on where they're from, they either watched you in Memphis or they watched you in Georgia. But I mean, the fact that that's still the first thing to come out of their mouth now just shows how over he was and what an attachment they felt. Because that's the first name out of their mouth. You expect to hear a lot of times people say, all right, they're either going to say Hulk Hogan or they're going to say Stone Cold. I mean, but I have more people tell me my all-time favorite wrestler is Tommy Rich than I do anybody in my age group of people. So,
dang, Gene, I'll take that back. I wouldn't fire you now for nothing in the world. I'm sending you a Wildfire T-shirt.
Appreciate it.
You probably already got one, I bet.
Not yet. I got one with your mugshot on it, but I hid it because I was afraid I was getting heat. See there, Doug. Tell me I don't know how to work.
There you go.
I don't have cardio, but I can bullshit.
There you go.
So, okay. So here's another kind of an interesting question here. Derek Fernandez asks, I know you obviously get paid more for working in bigger arenas in front of larger crowds, but on an enjoyment level, is it more fun to work with a smaller local crowd, or even from a working perspective, is an arena crowd more fun? I guess like talking about a more intimate setting where you got a little more interaction or whatever.
You know what? I mean, me and Tommy would be crazy. We love being in huge arenas and them being sold out or close to capacity and everything. But man, you can really connect, and it's cool with which you can with bigger crowds, but you get to see when you're in a smaller arena or with a smaller venue, and you can see all the people and everything. To me, that's always really cool, which I mean, anybody would be crazy to want to just be in a smaller arena, but yeah. you can connect more, don't you think, Tommy? I mean, you can connect more. I mean, it's
well. I mean, too. You think about it. How did wrestling get to the big buildings? It all started in the small buildings. They started filling them up, and then so they said, "Damn, this is gonna work. So let's try this big building." And because people would come, because they'd seen you in their town, they would come to the big town. I love it, and it's you're a little more up close and personal. You get to know people a little bit better. I mean, but you have to work hard too because they're closer to you. So you had to look good.
But that's like we've talked about, like the Tupelos, Gene, the Jonesboroughs, the car rents, the buildings that we used to work in. I mean, and people was right there on top of you. But I mean, you could just connect so much with them. Your facials with them and see them and everything. But I mean, we loved. Don't get me wrong, we loved. Tommy loved the Omni. I loved the Louisville Gardens. I loved the Mid-South Coliseum. I loved all those buildings, and they're great. And as far as history, but as far as just being right on top of people and everything, and them right up close to the ring and everything, and like me and Tommy on that run with PG and everything, we worked so many spot shows and everything, and the people just right up there, and you could connect right with them, just see right. It was really cool. And like when I worked the program with Brian, I mean, that went on a year and a half, something like that. And man, it was just just in spot shows, you connect so much. But I mean, and like I said, I guess we'd be crazy, but I guess some people say we are crazy, but we love the big arenas and everything because we like to get, as many people in there as we can, but, and you connect with them. And if you didn't connect with them, you wouldn't be drawing in the big arenas, but it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Just eye contact and stuff in the small arenas where Tommy said people are closer to you. You kind of, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Two though, I mean, big building, little building, no matter what. I mean, when I started, it didn't matter if it was 50 people there. You went out there and you worked harder in front of that 50 than you did, the big crowd, because them they come to see. I mean, they came to see everybody anyway, but them 50, I mean, them hardcore fans, and so I mean, I don't know. I mean, of course, and we just love what we did too. I mean, we did. I still love it,
Clearly. Yeah. I mean, you wouldn't do it at this point if you weren't enjoying it, right? I mean, it's in your blood. Jim Christian asks, you both have the ability to be beloved baby faces and then turn around and also be great hated heels. Which role comes more naturally to you, and which one do you enjoy more?
Oh, let me answer that. Dougie loves being a heel. I love being a baby face. Hey, no, but I'll tell you what too, though, that's a good way to learn this business too. I mean, we were talking about that on the show today that I did with Briscoe and JB, but like with Atlanta, I mean, I was nationwide as a babyface. And but I loved it. When I went to work there, Mr. Barnett told me, he said, you got two jobs, Tommy, my boy. He says, you go out before the show, you hug the mamas, and kiss the babies, and sign autographs, and then you wrestle. But I always enjoyed doing that,
Yeah.
Got a couple of nut phone numbers, No, I'm just kidding. No, but and then I got to come to Memphis, and if you wanted to make any money on top, Lawler was the top baby face, and so you want to work with him, so that's why I switched heel, and but I learned so much from that. I mean, when you do it both ways, I think it helps you. It helps you. I mean, I think you're either one or the other. I mean, if I had to vote on it, I'd rather be a baby face, but I wouldn't take nothing for the ECW run I had as the Big Don, and then in Memphis as being a heel,
Yeah.
And Gene, like Tommy said, I always enjoyed being a heel, and come more natural and everything. And I love to be able to kind of control the match. I mean, and if a heel could work and everything, he basically set the tempo for the match and everything. And like I said, I think that was cool. And the only time I think like being a baby face was in my hometown when I was around, family, friends, and people I knew and everything. And that would be the only time. And we have a fair show here every year and everything. And that's cool. Tommy comes up and we get to see, a lot of people that we know, a lot of people that's seen us on TV and everything. And that's really cool. But that's kind of the only time I love being a heel. That's just, I don't know if it's just me or what, but
I can tell you one other time you enjoyed being a baby face. Is when I finally got him to come out and he seen how much money he could make selling pictures.
Yeah, but I would never go, Gene. Tommy would just go there for a long time, and he'd say, "Come on," and I'd say, "Nope," and I wouldn't go. And finally, I said, "Okay," and I went out, and we come back, and I said, "Gosh, I didn't know that."
See, they started rushing me to get out there then.
That's cool. Your brother was the same way. He was good at being a babyface, but he was excellent at being a heel. Did he have a preference that he enjoyed more than the other? Was he kind of along the same thinking as you?
Oh yeah, heel. He wanted to be a heel. He wanted to have control of the match. He wanted to, Eddie was, and like, and I know we talk about it a lot, and I know people probably think I'm over exaggerating, but man, my brother was great. And as far as booking, as far as working, as far as he didn't, like Tommy said, I mean, the booking job is 24/7, and that's all my brother's mind was on. Was booking and working. Well, imagine, I mean, most bookers, I guess I shouldn't say this. I was going to say some wasn't workers, but most of them back in the day, I guess, or they owned the territories and everything. But man, Eddie thought about it 24/7 and everything, and it was just, he was such a good heel. I mean, and he could be a good babyface, but as far as his preference, he loved being a heel and everything. And I mean, he loved getting heat. And when you get heat and you draw money, everything's working.
I mean, nobody, and I know we've talked about this on the show a lot, but it can't be overstated. Like, nobody was better than your brother at going out and pulling off the false sincerity of like how he led Tommy into the, where he apologized. And I mean, you knew better, but deep, you're like, I don't know, man, he seems pretty convincing, and until he runs Tommy's head in the ring post. And then it's like the thing with Watts where he's like, I'm an American and I'm not going to stand by and watch this. And you deep down, you knew better, but he's come off so sincere and so genuine. You had to believe him. And then as soon as he turned, you get that, smile on his face, and you're like, God, got me again, But he was so good at that,
Yeah, man. Like I said, I know people think I exaggerated a little bit because he's my brother, but I mean, I think Tommy can tell you, how good he really was and everything. Like I said, we miss all of our family, that's gone every day. We miss Tommy's mom, my dad, my brother, and everything. But man, I remember all that stuff. It's just great. It's great memories and great times.
And it's and all our guys that we've lost along the way, and folks out there, wrestling fans have lost folks too. It's it's tough. I mean, but you got to go on, and you just got to keep them in your heart, man.
That's it. Hey, Gene, and this will get off for a second, but like I said, I want to say hello to my guys at Jackson Tie and Timber, and everything. And hey, if anybody needs any timber cut, you can get a hold of me, actually, Doug Gilbert, at DougGilbertTimber@gmail.com, and everything. And if you need timber cut, we can take care of it for you here in West Tennessee.
There you go. You know who to call now. I'll tell you what, looking at the time, I think we probably don't have time to get into another question because the next few that I have are pretty in-depth. So I think that might be a stopping.
Well, hey, I'd just like to say, everybody, the Bruiser Brody Memorial Battle Royal, May 8th and 9th, big meet and greet. There's going to be a lot of legends there, because everybody loves Bruiser Brody. So there'll be a lot of guys there, and I think it's going to be a lot of fans. I mean, so if you ain't got your tickets, you need to get them now. And looking forward to, like I say, come get your picture made, come get an autographed picture. Come just ask a question. If Gene ain't already asked it, we'll answer it.
Me and Tommy will be there about 5 p.m. on Friday signing, and we'll sign probably from about 5 p.m. to about 7, right, Tommy?
Yeah, I think so.
And then Saturday, it starts early in the morning, and it goes on to, I think, 4 or something like that, and everything. But yeah, everybody, how to get your tickets. And
then Dougie me and Doug be lacing them boots up. They better look out.
That's right.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. But anyway, Gene, well, listen, man, we might have a couple more minutes. Do you want to tell me and Tommy one of your stand-up jokes?
No, we better save them for June the 6th in Jackson.
Tell us one sitting down then.
No, we'll you gotta pay to get the jokes. But no, June the 6th in Jackson there. My buddy Richard's putting on another big show, and I'm excited about it, looking forward to it.
You gonna tell that Richard bring me and Tommy back with you when you come next time?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell him Tommy's got a whole set lined up. He's ready to get up there and tell some jokes.
Tell me and Tommy got 2 sets. 2 big sets.
Well, there you go.
Well, man, listen, Gene. Hey, man, I love doing. These was some great questions, and like I said, just always send questions into Gene. And like you've heard me and Tommy, I think we've answered everything that a lot of people won't answer stuff, and they're afraid that somebody's going to get mad at them or something. But if they get mad at us, they get mad at us. I'm going to answer and be honest, and I think Tommy always will too, right, Tommy?
Yes, sir. And if they get too mad, I'm going to send them who sent it to me.
I got you. That'll work.
We'll tag team them.
There you go, Memphis Mafia. But anyway, listen, hey, Gene, man, thanks for getting all these questions and getting the guys to send them in. But y'all send in as many questions as you want. Me and Tommy love answering them and everything. But, man, we hope y'all have had a good time listening to the show. And I was trying to think, Gene, is there anything that I haven't plugged that you need to plug?
I don't think so. I guess one fun thing to mention, people go to mark this on their calendar. Now, you mentioned that you'll be at the Kayfabe Cave in Pulaski on Halloween, but it's actually a little different than usual. It's not just Dangerous Doug's going to be there, right? I have never.
This is the first time that I have done this in the U.S. It's going to be a meet and greet with Nightmare Freddy.
Ooh, I love that car story.
And I have never done this. I've never done this in the U.S., but like I said, that'd be in Pulaski, but it'd be mask, sweater, everything. So
I've seen him in Japan. I've seen him. I knew it was him, and it still scared me. I got out of his way. So, hey, y'all get a chance, y'all come out because it's going to be a good one.
And on Halloween day, I mean, how perfect is that? When I saw that pop up, I was like, oh my gosh, this is absolutely perfect right here. And yeah, that's what I put on the Facebook. Like normally you would have had to fly to Japan to see Freddie, but he's going to be, now you just have to travel to Pulaski, Tennessee to the Kayfabe Cave. And you get to meet Doug, and man, they got all kinds of cool stuff there. It's a really cool place to check out.
Yeah, all the places in the world, the Kayfabe Cave, Pulaski, Tennessee. But anyway, listen, hey, Gene, I've had a great time. I think Tommy has too, right, Tommy?
Yes, sir.
And but listen, we appreciate everybody listening. And like I said, if you got any questions or remarks, or you need me and Tommy for appearances or wrestling the Memphis Mafia.
Big party too, man. We do parties too.
Oh, yeah. Tommy plugs and parties. Yeah, we need to get that good party. But anyway, listen, man, we appreciate everybody listening. I hope y'all have had as good time as me and Tommy and Gene has. And listen, peace. We're out.
If you love classic wrestling, then you need to visit the Retro Wrestling Archive. This is where pro wrestling's past comes alive. We're talking dangerous conversations with Dangerous Doug Gilbert and Tommy Wildfire Rich. No filters, no holding back. Beyond Wrestling with Rob Helt, where the stories go deeper than the ring. YouTube Retro Wrestling Roulette, where you never know what forgotten gem is coming up next. Retro Wrestling with Gene Jackson, featuring interviews, deep dives, and stories you won't hear anywhere else. And Inside EPW, taking you behind the curtain of EPW Wrestling, one of the top independent wrestling promotions going today. Plus, the backbone of it all, the Retro Wrestling Review podcasts. Continental, USWA, Power Pro Wrestling, and even the CWA series exclusively on Patreon, all broken down week by week, match by match, exactly as it happened. And speaking of Patreon, you're missing out if you're not joining us there. Head over to patreon.com/Retro Wrestling Archive, where you'll get all of our shows, days and sometimes up to a week early before they release everywhere else. Plus, exclusive content like Retro Wrestling Recall, Ride-Along Ringside Watch-Alongs, and Is It Really That Bad? There's even a tier that gives you access to our private Google Drive packed with rare wrestling footage you won't find on YouTube. Bottom line, if it happened in wrestling, we're preserving it. Find everything, all the shows, all the links at retrowrestlingarchive.club. Retro Wrestling Archive, preserving wrestling history.
In the heart of Tennessee, born with pride, Doug and Tommy taking rings in stride. Memphis legends never backing down. Wrestling warriors, they wear the crown. You scurry away, glory in their veins. Fighting legends breaking chains. In the square circle they made their name. Podcast champions, it's their claim to fame. On the mic they roar, on the map they soar. Dangerous conversations, fans wanting more. Podcast kings ruling the waves. Memphis wrestling raising the stage. From title belts to Hall of Fame, Gilbert and Tommy carved the name. Fists of fury and hearts of gold. Every story, every fight retold. Tales of glory, laughter, cry. Tennessee warriors with hearts open wide. In the ring or on the air, legends living without a care. On the mic they roar, on the mat they soar. Dangerous conversations, fans wanting